everyone, and welcome to City of Joondalup Storytime Online. My name's Kathy, and today we're going to be sharing some songs and stories all about travelling. Now, we always start our sessions with the welcome song, so if you know the words, join in and sing along. Are you ready? It's story time, sun shining, it's time for some fun. It's story time, sun shining, so welcome everyone. Now, today's literacy tip for parents is all about print awareness. Little people can learn all about words long before they start to learn how to read, and words are everywhere you go. So why don't you point out signs that you see in your travels and talk about what they mean, and that will really help to introduce little people to printed words before they begin reading. Now let's start off our session with a song. We're going to start with Open Shut Them. Have you got your Open Shut Them fingers ready? Are we ready? Here we go. Open, shut them, open, shut them, give a little clap. Open, shut them, lay them in your lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them, right up to your chin. Open wide your little mouth, but do not let them in. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, just like this. Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them, blow a little kiss. Mwah! Good job, everybody. Great singing. So now it's time for a story. And the first story that I'm going to read to you today is called Once Upon a Small Rhinoceros. And it's written by McKinlay and illustrated by Leila Rudge. So let's see what happens with our small rhinoceros. Once, there was a small rhinoceros who wanted to see the big world. Every day, boats sailed past on the nearby river. They brought smells and sights and sounds from faraway lands. And the small rhinoceros dreamed. Around her, the other rhinoceroses wallowed in the mud and bathed in the sun. They grazed on grass and they rubbed their horns against the trees. They did all the things that rhinoceroses do. From the muddy riverbank, the small rhinoceros watched the boats and sighed. "Don't you wish," she said, "that you could see the world?" A mud-wallowing rhinoceros, this one here, snorted. "But this is the world. We have mud and grass and trees. We have everything a rhinoceros could possibly need." "Yes," said the small rhinoceros, "we do." A grass-grazing rhinoceros shook his head. "You're a rhinoceros. You belong here," he said. "Yes," said the small rhinoceros, "that's true." But still, she dreamed, and the river flowed on, and the boats passed by. Until one day... Oh, can you see what the small rhinoceros is doing? It looks like she's got a log, and she's made it into planks, and she's tying some reeds together, and she's hammering. I wonder what she's making. Shall we see? Let's see. Oh, a tree-scratching rhinoceros frowned. "You're a rhinoceros," he said. "You can't sail a boat." "Yes," said the small rhinoceros. "You're right." A sunbathing rhinoceros rolled his eyes. "You're a rhinoceros. You can't row or steer or read a map," he said. "Yes," said the small rhinoceros. "I know. It looks like she made herself a boat. I wonder where she's going to go in the boat." On the riverbank, all the mud-wallowing, grass-grazing, tree-scratching, sunbathing rhinoceroses gathered in alarm. "Come back!" they called. "It's dangerous! You'll get lost!" "Perhaps," said the small rhinoceros, as she waved as she sailed around the bend out of sight. Can you see her? She's sailing round the bend. Out on the ocean, the water was deep, dazzling blue. Sea spray stung the air and foam fizzed on the tops of the waves. The small rhinoceros trailed a hoof into the water and tasted salt. She stared dreamily down into the deep, deep water. During the day, the fish flashed beside the boat and then sank far out of sight. At night, the stars floated on the ocean's dark surface. The small rhinoceros watched the water. She let the waves rock her to sleep, and she sailed on. Through the woolly wild of winter and the smooth sweep of summer to faraway lands and beyond. She saw mud and grass and trees. She saw spectacular sights and surprising smells and sounds. And more things than a rhinoceros could have ever imagined. Wow! Look at all those fantastic things that the rhinoceros is seeing. There's a dragon and a camel and a lady with a basket of oranges on her head. So many fabulous things. And when she had seen all that she could see, she turned homeward and set her sail to catch the wind. The other rhinoceroses were waiting just where she left them behind, with their mud and their grass and their trees. She told them about the things she'd seen and smelled and heard. "Wasn't it strange?" they asked. "Yes," said the small rhinoceros. "And scary?" "Sometimes," said the small rhinoceros. "That's what we thought," said the big rhinoceroses. And they turned back to their mud and grass and trees. But then a soft voice spoke up. Did you get lost?" "Oh, many times," said the small rhinoceros. And was it wonderful?" "Oh, yes," said the small rhinoceros. "It was." "That's what I thought," said the even smaller rhinoceros. And she dreamed. And that's the end of my story. So what a lovely adventure the little rhinoceros had. I wonder if the even smaller rhinoceros might go on an adventure as well. What do you think? Have you ever been on a holiday to visit lots of interesting new places? Holidays are a lot of fun. Little Rhino went on his trip in a boat, and I've got some little boats here. I've got 1, 2, 3 little boats. So I thought we might sing a song about 3 little sailboats. And you can join in with the actions with me if you like. We're going to need 3 little sailboat fingers, and then need to do some waves with your wiggly hand just like this. And then can you rock from side to side? Very good. Okay, here we go. 3 little boats went out one day, over the waves and far away. With the wind they began to rock, and one little boat returns to the dock. So now how many boats have we got? Let's count and see. We've got 1, 2. 2 little boats. Are you ready to sing again? 2 little boats went out one day, over the waves and far away. With the wind they began to rock, and one little boat returned to the dock. All the way down there. So how many boats have we got now? Let's count. We've got one, just one little boat. Are you ready to sing again? Here we go. One little boat went out one day over the waves and far away. With the wind they began to rock, and one little boat returns to the dock. So now we've got no little boats on the waves, and 1, 2, 3 little boats at the dock. Very good singing, everybody. Give yourselves a clap. That was fantastic. So now it's time for another story. And the next story I'm going to read to you today is called Follow the Track All the Way Back. And it's by Timothy Knapman and Ben Mantle. So let's see what happens to the little train who follows the track. Okay. Today was a big day for Little Train. He was going out on the track all by himself for the very first time. Little Train felt nervous. He chugged forward very carefully, and he chugged backwards very carefully. The track felt slippery under his wheels. He wasn't so sure. Don't worry, said Mummy. You can do it, said Daddy Train. So Little Train took a deep breath. Choo! And he chugged along the track a little more. Slowly at first, chugga, and then a bit faster, chugga. Remember, when it's time to come home, said Mummy Train, no matter how far away you are, just follow the track all the way back, said Mummy and Daddy Train together, where we'll be waiting here for you. But Little Train was going really fast now, and he hadn't been listening properly. Yippee! He whistled as he went chugging out into the world. Chugga. The first thing he saw was a great green field. Woo-woo! It was so wide. Clickety-clack, sang the Little Train as he went running through the field, and when he got to the end, the track led him on over a bridge, and it was so high. He could see all around him for miles and miles. Rattly-tat, sang the Little Train as he went rattling across the bridge, and when he got to the other side, the track led him on up the side of a mountain. It was so steep the Little Train had never been up so high before. Glumpity-clip, 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 sang the Little Train as he went climbing up the mountain, and when he got to the top, the track led him on to a roaring, rolling river. The water was rushing and splashing so fast. Zippity-zoom, 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 sang the Little Train as he went racing by the river. But when the river reached the sea, there was no track left. Little Train shivered. Brrr. He'd come such a long way, through a field, across a bridge, up a mountain, and along a river, all the way to the sea. And no matter how hard the Little Train looked, he couldn't see the warm, bright lights of home. He was all alone at the edge of the world, and it was getting dark. He missed his Mummy and Daddy Train. What was he going to do? And then he remembered. When it's time to come home, said Mummy Train, no matter how far you are. Of course, cried Little Train. So he took a deep breath and he chugged back to where the track curved around so that he was facing right way. Woo woo! And he followed the track. zippity zoom along the river. Clumpity clip up the mountain. Rattly tap over the bridge. Clickety clack through the field and all the way back home, where his mummy and daddy were waiting for him. Little train, they said. And the very next day, the little train was out on the slippy slidey track again, all by himself, in search of an even bigger adventure. And that's the end of my story. So many wonderful places that the little train saw on his journey. I'm really glad that he followed the tracks home again, though, to see his mummy and daddy. I think it might be time for us to take a trip. How about we take a trip in our rowboat? We're going to sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Have you got your rowing oars ready? Are we ready? Here we go. Maybe we'll see some exciting things on the way. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream. Ah! Quick, let's row some more. Are we ready? Row, row, row your boat gently to the shore. If you see a lion, don't forget to roar. Roar! Let's row some more. How about we go down the creek? Are you ready? Row, row, row your boat gently down the creek. If you see a little mouse, don't forget to squeak. Squeak, 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 squeak. And let's go rowing once more. Let's see if we can row back to the shore this time. Are you ready? Row, row, row your boat gently to the shore. If you see a koala, don't forget to snore. Shh. Very good singing, everybody, and great actions. Well done. Give yourselves another clap. That was fantastic. Okay, so that's all we've got time for today. I hope you really enjoyed our songs and stories all about travelling. For today's activity, why don't you use your imagination and take a trip with one of your favourite toys through your house? You could go on an adventure. Maybe you'll row your boat down the hallway, or climb a mountain in the lounge room, or perhaps you'll even go crawling through caves in your bedroom. So many fun things you can do. I'm sure you're going to see some amazing things on your journey. So now it's time for us to sing our goodbye song. So sing along if you know the words. Are you ready? Now our time is done. We've had a lot of fun. We've sung a lot of rhymes and songs. Goodbye to everyone. We wave goodbye like this, we wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends, we wave goodbye like this. Bye everybody, thanks for joining me, bye.